Hey, you want to check out a new band? Check out this band. They're called An Adolescent Tragedy. They like to write songs for the common folk. The singer likes to blow shit up. And they wrote this song.
But I'm keeping the Nintendo, and I like playing GoldenEye because slappers only.
The story of An Adolescent Tragedy starts in one of the most unlikely places, at a rehab center in Los Angeles. This is the singer, Ross Everett.
So, I grew up in Pennsylvania, lived in Florida for a while, and then when I moved to Los Angeles, that's kind of when I started recording. I went out there originally for rehab. I think it's the best place for someone to get sober is Los Angeles, just because they have like a meeting going every hour. And my dad got me a guitar. He gave me this guitar when I was in rehab, and like the people in rehab would tell me to write funny songs about like clients and like, or like people that were there working. So I kind of just started writing these funny songs and people just asked me to write them, and they're pretty funny. And from then on, I kind of got like hooked.
After he got out of rehab, he decided to stay in LA for work and would occasionally take his newfound guitar act to wherever they let him play in Venice.
In Orange County, I played a lot of shows there, and in Venice every Saturday night I would go to the VRC right in downtown Venice and play a set. Did that for like 6 months straight.
Eventually, at one of these gigs, he got noticed by an OG in the LA punk scene.
This old punk rocker, Chris Hazard, from he had a band called Funhouse.
We don't like to look like skaters. It's like we are skaters, you know. It's like that's what we're into, man. Like Venice happens to have like a lot of obstacles that are quite fun to ride.
In Los Angeles, heard me playing at like place in Venice. He's like, dude, those are fucking good songs, man. I have a studio. If you want to come record them. And I went over and recorded 4 songs, and that was the first album we put out.
In that psych ward, shaking cold and dry, I realized I was just a fucking bummer. And
the style of no-nonsense, straight-to-the-point songs would further be showcased when he released Soliciting Stories.
It fucked me, 'cause I'm carrying dead bodies with me. I'm carrying dead bodies with me.
This album reads like a diary and shows Ross for the open book he is, eager to tell people his story of all the fucked up shit he's gone through and showing that anyone can overcome these kinds of things.
I got tracks on my arm, I've got a DUI but don't live a car. I got a pearl fine that I will never pay. I only have one possession left, and that's my guitar. And I don't feel like pawning it today.
We would later get a full band version of An Adolescent Tragedy with the release of Songs from the Shipwreck, which perfectly merges the style of folk punk storytelling with a sort of alternative rock blend.
We're all gonna die, so let's fuck shit up tonight. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna be just fine.
It's just, I just fucking love writing an album, dude. Like, it comes to me in like waves, you know. I don't write for like 3 months, and then I'll pick up my guitar and write like 5 songs. I don't understand how that works, but sometimes it turns out to be like the weirdest thing ever. But I wrote down the idea, but coming back to it and just writing that simple idea sparks like the ignition for this like machine to start running.
With the new fire ignited in his belly, he would start writing songs for his follow-up, The Dope Fiend Limousine, which showed everyone the full potential of what this band could sound like.
And the soundtrack of Tony Hawk just fucking rips. So good riddance.
With crowd favorites like I'm Keeping the Nintendo and I Don't Care About the Smell, Ross had shown how much he'd grown as a songwriter in just a few short years.
I don't care about the smell, and maybe that's what love is.
We also got to see his more playful side and good old-fashioned fuck the police type punk songs.
Give me a reason to stay stopped. Give me a reason to stay stopped. Other than cops. Well, I'm not up, I'll text you and wake up to a lot of tea.
And then the cops, dude. Like, obviously there's problems with cops. Like, the cops that don't have to be accountable, like the ones that like are in like drug forces or like undercover sting, that stuff. Those cops are so preposterously corrupt.
Throughout their releases, An Adolescent Tragedy was never afraid to talk about their disdain for American politics, like with the song Politics Are the New Opiates.
And fuck Ben Shapiro.
They would double down on these ideas with their follow-up album, ACAB. Tracks like the America song would give us a further look into the inner workings of a man trying to live a better life in a country that feels like it's constantly bringing you down and almost makes you want to give up. With Trump being in office and the Black Lives Matter movement being portrayed as some sort of terrorist uprising, Everett was able to put into words what we were all thinking.
So when you see your precinct burning, you can bet your ass that it was me. Because there's one of me in every town out for red blood for those who have blue. Unless you can't get honest with the citizens about the things that you do.
Moving back to Pennsylvania, he was fortunate to get in contact with the production company Shibby Pictures for his video for the America song.
I really like America. I think it is the shit. 'Cause I can write a song just the way that I want.
Like shit, I've watched his videos for like 3 years, so it's kind of surreal meeting them. So it was pretty sick, the video concept. So I messaged him, and then he flew up from North Carolina, and we did that music video.
He even got April from folk punk giants Apes of the State to be in his video, and would even collaborate with her later on a song.
I got a hole in my heart with the ribbon running through. It binds the timeless in me to the timeless in you.
I honestly love the fact that An Adolescent Tragedy has come so far over the years and was able to eventually be featured on Shibby Pictures, which is known for making videos for all the heavy hitters in the folk punk music scene, further lamenting his status as one of the most promising songwriters in the genre. You can check out their most recent album Home Sweet Home in the links below. This might be some of his best work today, and it just further proves that An Adolescent Tragedy are some of the most fearless songwriters I've ever heard, and I think everybody should hear at least one.
Say our band's names that go on stage. Why I don't even know, I must be deranged.
Huge shoutouts to Ross Everett for helping me with this video and being so patient with me while I worked on this. Subscribe to their channel if you're into their music, and check out all their social medias to keep up with everything they're up to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm super glad to be given the opportunity to interview such amazing bands, and I hope to make a lot more of these in the future. Give us a like if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah.